Hey everybody, and welcome to day 31 of our 31 Days of Horror. I have to say happy Halloween, because that's what it is as I'm filming this. And this has been a great journey. I've had a great adventure. It's been a wild ride from day 1 of October through day 31 of October, checking out what horror has to offer this year. There have been some great movies and there have been some stinkers. And I have really enjoyed sharing this journey with all of you who watch. Today, I saved a movie that I have been really looking forward to. I've heard good things, I've heard bad things, I've heard mixed things, I've seen some previews, I've seen some memes, and today I checked out the movie Longlegs. It just came out, it's 2024, and it is the story of a female FBI agent in the 90s who is brought on to help investigate a series of crimes where families are found not alive anymore. And it looks like the father is responsible for these crimes, but there's always a note left at the scene signed from somebody by calling themselves Longlegs. And so it's very it's a mystery from the very beginning. And this movie uses some really cool techniques to kind of tell the story. Whenever they're doing a flashback, they change the aspect ratio of the film itself to a 4:3 aspect ratio with rounded corners to show that it's a flashback without, doing the, oh, it's black and white or, oh, it's grainy or any of that. It was a little bit grainier, like a little bit more like kind of sepia toned, more in line of what the recording would have, a video recording from the time period it was happening in would have looked like. And I think that's really cool. It's a really easy visual way to show that this isn't existing at the same time as now, without having to do like putting a little thing on the screen like 40 years ago or 3 years ago. And there are, there's some things like that here and there, and that's not a criticism, but it's just very creative. And it's something that you sort of naturally understand as you're watching without even realizing that's what you're seeing. I think it took me about halfway through the movie before I realized that's what they did. And then another interesting aspect of this movie, and I think it's something that you can kind of watch out for, is I'm not 100% positive because obviously I wasn't tracking it as I was watching the movie, and I have only watched it once. This is just my first reaction. I'm fairly certain that there are no scenes in the movie that don't include the main character of the film, the main female. If she's not in the scene, then we don't see it. We only kind of see what she experiences or how she experiences it or how she's seeing it or how a discussion goes that she's involved in. We don't see those kind of exposition scenes that you might see in other mediums, like in other films. And so that's really unique because it also makes it a closed space that we're experiencing the movie in, because we're only experiencing the events essentially through this character that we're following, and we're not privy to what's going on when we're not around. And like I said, not everything is like that. There are a couple of scenes here and there that I can remember that she wasn't necessarily in, but all of the main scenes of the film at least included her, even if it was just her reaction to something. But there were no like conversations overheard when she's not around and things like that. And I think that's really that's different. Also, I think it's interesting to note that on the posters and things, Nicolas Cage did get like top billing on this film because he's probably, other than maybe Alicia Witt, I mean, he's the top actor in this film. Like, he's the most well-known. It is nice to see Alicia Witt back on screen and doing something that's different and unique, and she does a wonderful job. And I have to say, Nicolas Cage does another brilliant job being unhinged and being convincing and being over the top, but within the proper confines of the movie that we're watching. And overall, it was a really enjoyable movie. And this video is probably going to be a lot shorter. I know that all of my other videos have been a lot longer, but this is also a first run movie. I really don't want to spoil anything for anybody. And it's also a big day for me. It's Halloween, it's my 10-year wedding anniversary, and I wanted to put a little video out for you guys, but my main reaction is Longlegs, check it out. It's weird. It'll make you uncomfortable. It'll probably scare you. I think Longlegs is probably best for, horror fans who are looking for something new, people who are looking for, a decent scare, who are looking for something that they're going to think about, that they're going to be bothered by. I think this really it fulfills most of that. The violence isn't gratuitous, which is also something that I really appreciate. I don't mind violence, I just don't like violence for violence sake. And I think they did a really good job kind of reining that in this movie. And I also think that they did a cool job of making things believable without without going over the top with reactions or how people, are doing different things in the movie. So overall, I really think you should check this out. I think it's worth it. It's probably one of the best movies that I watched this year, one of the most enjoyable movie watching experiences. And I would love to hear what you thought of this or anything else for the rest of the 31 Days of Horror. And I'll talk to you guys later.